I'm Priyank. I am the Director of Education at YJP. I'll just take 30 seconds to talk about the education function at YJP. So this is the first time that we have launched this function with the aim of bringing together all the Jain knowledge enthusiasts into one community, one platform. And this is our first session for the year, but we intend to do many more sessions on different stotras, granths, history, philosophy about Jainism, and would really like all of you to join. So there was a QR code that you would have seen in the slideshow earlier. So would request you to, and we'll flash this again. If you can join our group, it would be great. So for today, we are going to discuss about Bhaktamar Stotra, one of the most important stotras. We have a full panel, and let me get my colleague Rupali to kick us off. Over to you, Rupali.
Thanks, Priyank, and Jai Jinendra, everyone. And thanks so much for joining our first education session. So today we will be talking about Bhaktamar Stotra, as Priyank mentioned. It is one of the most revered and chanted stotra among the Jains, and that is why we chose to kick off our education series this year. It's known for its poetic beauty and for the spiritual significance, often recited for blessings and protection. It expresses immense devotion towards Lord Adinath and acknowledges his divine qualities. Many believe that it has supernatural powers and is capable of removing obstacles and fulfilling wishes when recited with faith and sincerity. So today, our purpose is to understand the history of Bhaktamar, to understand why it's so powerful and gets associated with miracles often, and how we can make it as part of our everyday life and get some tips on the right pronunciation. So we have three amazing panelists with us today. Two of them are young mothers, and one of them has gone all the way and finished her PhD in Bhaktamar. So I invite Vidhi to introduce herself, followed by Hina and then Dr. Rina. Thank you. Vidhi, you can go ahead, please.
Thank you, Rupali. Pranam everyone, Jai Jinendra. Myself, Vidhi Patira, and I live in Montreal, Canada. I'm feeling really thankful to YJP Education team and YJP co-chair Mr. Apur Talsania for having me here. And I'm really grateful to all participants and the speakers for their valuable time. I'm also regional representative of YGP Montreal, and I'm also a member of education team, YGP Education team. So originally I'm from Gujarat, India, and it's been 6 years I have been living in Montreal. So like every kid, I used to go to Pathshala and learn about Jainism. But after moving to Canada, I learned about all three sects. I belong to Shwetambar Sthanakwasi Jain family. In Montreal, we have a Jain community where we do even Deravasi and Digambar Puja and the Sanakwasi Samaik, everything together. So it's my honor to be here today. And if I talk about my profession, when I was in India, I was working as assistant lecturer. After moving to Canada, I worked as a lab technician in a biomedical lab, as my background was chemistry. But as I gained my interest in the cutting edge technology, and I moved my career towards cloud and DevOps technology. Now, if I talk about my relation and story with the Bhaktamar Stotra, when I was kid, first time, like all of us, I heard from parents. They used to recite with all community members. They used to do Bhaktamar Jap, and I enjoyed it because that was the time when I just started reading and learning Hindi and Sanskrit together in school. So I was feeling happy that yes, I know this meaning, I can read it. And the another amazing experience with Bhaktamar Stotra is during my pregnancy. So when I started my motherhood journey, I really feel uh, good when I started reciting Bhaktamar Stotra regularly. So this is how I know about Bhaktamar Stotra. Uh, and yeah, I feel it really important to do experiences in our life.
Thank you so much, Vidhi. Hina, do you want to introduce yourself, please?
Hey, Jain, everyone. First of all, I'm Hina Jain. Thank you so much, Apur Talsania, for YJP co-chair and for having me here. And thank you, Rupali, for giving me this opportunity. And I'm just right now, I'm living in Toronto, Canada, but I'm basically from Udaipur, Rajasthan. So I'm connected with Jain Dharma. I'm basically Digambar Jain, and I'm connected with my from my childhood to the Jain Dharma because my grandfather is the Pathshala teacher. He used to take classes, and we joined so many shivir, Jain shivers, and all there. We learn how to do pujas, how to learn our all how to do swadhyas and all everything like in detail meaning. So that's the main thing, and then. And one is more important for me and how I want to teach my kids. So that is the main thing, like my kid will learn from me, right? I learn from my parents, my grandfather is role model for me in my Jain career, my Jain everything. He is behind me, so I'm teaching my kids also the same thing. Go to temple, do puja, and they are born here, and I'm in North America from past 10 years, and they born here. They don't know about Hindi, but I'm teaching them in Hindi, in writing, in reading. Hindi is also for them, it's a regular language like English. I'm not treating that in Hindi is something different. I'm teaching them Sanskrit also, by just reciting, reading. My elder kids know that how to read Sanskrit, so that is one thing I'm doing. And also I'm here also I'm doing pujas, I'm singing pujas, and taking parts of some all the activities and big events like Mahavir Jayanti and kids puja I'm organizing in Jesod temple. So that's how I am, and I'm learning. Still I'm learning, I will keep learning.
Thank you so much, Hina. It's really very inspiring to see both of you inculcate the same Jain values which we received when we were kids. Dr. Hina, do you want to go next and introduce yourself? Thank you.
So, hello everyone. Thank you for having me here. Good to see you all that you all are interested in learning Bhaktamar. And I'm gonna tell you that I was born and brought up in Gujarat, where the small town colony, the Day of Unity is where Prime Minister Narendra Modi has built the world tallest statue, and it has become the symbol of national pride and India's rich cultural heritage. So I spent almost 14 years in the in Gujarat, Kevadia colony, and then I went to MS University, studied the pharmacy. I came to North America in '99, and then I got PharmD in Kansas originally, and I got married and moved to California in 2011. And since then, I've been here, California. And while I was a pharmacist, I learned that sometimes the medication doesn't work, and we have to rely on more powers. So that's why I got the PhD in Bhaktamar, and my thesis was how learning Bhaktamar, like chanting Bhaktamar Stotra, making the yantras, how it heals other people, and how I was connected to Bhaktamar. When I was little, my grandma had a book about Bhaktamar, and then I was more inclined to the 48 shlok and yantra, and I kept chanting all the time since I was little, and I saw the miraculous powers. And eventually I wanted to learn more about all 48, and that's why I got the PhD. So this is all about me.
Amazing. I would also like to spotlight and highlight Professor Jayesh Kona. He has specially joined us from India, so we really appreciate that, Professor Jayesh. And please also feel free, Professor Jayesh, to give a quick intro, and also in the course of this session, anywhere you want to add inputs.
Pranam and Jai Janendra. Thank you so much, Priyank, and Vidhi and Rupali, Reena and Hina. It's a really amazing feeling to see something like this. It's kind of bringing up all the professionals together to know about our religion. I'm based in San Francisco for the last 25 years. My main course is about teaching Jainism to Americans. I visit different universities nationwide and international. So this is what I've been kind of born and brought up with, the values which can spread around the message of Jain Dharma around the world. This is what my goal is are. And really honored to be part of this. And the moment Vidhi told me about it, I said, I'm really excited to see the professionals, you know, has some time, don't take me wrong, but has some time to know about the Dharma, being busy, in North America. So that's pretty neat. And I'm always going to be there as much as I'm able to provide any of the inputs or anything like that. I'll be more than happy to do that. But really glad, born in the Jain religion, practicing it. And Bhaktamar is something like, as everybody said, Bhaktamar is something, it's one of the stotra which has so much hidden gems inside. As we go, each stanza, when we recite it in a very particular manner, it has some kind of miracles going to take place in our life. This is what it is. So thank you so much once again. And all of we all are honored to know about this Sotra today, and we'll learn more about our journey going on. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jeshwai. So just to start, Dr. Rina, would you be able to walk us through the history, like giving us a brief introduction about the origin of Bhaktamar and why it was created, and what has your interpretation been when you were doing the PhD?
So, yes, Bhaktamar Stotra was created by Acharya Sri Manatunga Acharyaji in 7th century. But and he was living in Ujjaini Nagari where Raja Bhoj was king. So once he was asked by Raja Bhoj, the King Bhoj, to come into the kingdom and show the power of his meditation. He said, "No, I'm not someone who shows off the powers," and he did not agree to come with the to bring him. And King Bhoj felt assaulted, and he asked him to come. He asked him. He asked the people, the courtmen, to tie him in chain with 48 locks. And at that time, Manatungacharya did not worry about that he was tied in the chains. He was very he was like a devotee of Lord Adinath, and devotion just chanted. He started praying Lord Adinath, and he started like how Bhagwan Adinath is, what are his virtues, how like what is the what how the qualities are as a Arihant Tirthankar. And when he was praying Lord Adinath, because of the miraculous powers, the 48 locks were broken down, and the 48 I was doing PhD. It is like if it is okay, I want to share the presentation. Is that okay?
Yes.
So this is my presentation. Let me see if it came across.
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, so actually I can see it now. Just a minute. So Priyank, do you want to share? Because oh, hold on, let me see if I can enlarge it.
Doctor, you
Okay,
don't
yeah,
have
I
to
can
do
see it now.
slideshow. You can do one slide at a time. All good.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's good.
Yeah.
So my thesis was how making Bhaktamar Yantra helps you to heal. So this is like 48 Yantra. It's my favorite of all time. And actually, I was when it was a COVID time, I was worried too much about everything because it was not going the way it's supposed to be. And Manju Jain and all other Bhaktamar healers were teaching Bhaktamar Stotra. And I made a 48 yantra and sent it to Dr. Manju Jain. And she asked me to make all 48 one by one. So first I created all 48 in a canvas paper. And she said, she actually told me to do the PhD because I was doubting the powers of Bhaktamar Stotra and I was asking her a lot of questions like how one shlok can help heal. What is the power? Is this true? Does it really happen? And I had a lot of questions and she said, why don't you go get the PhD? So these are the 48 yantras, the canvas yantras that I made. So like this is the 48 that's in the middle, and after I made 48 I would just like see what I am inclined to. So first then I made like 28 and then 30 and number 6. So I did not follow the order in the beginning. I was feeling like okay, then I want to do this and I want to do this. At that time I was not even confident that I can make all 48 yantras. So this was one by one out of order. It was like just next day I will feel I make this, and I created all 48. So when I was little I was good at drawing and I was trying to make it, but at that time I had a lot of doubts like what will happen, will it fit, is that the right way to write, what if it goes wrong? And because of Dr. Manju Jain's help I was able to make all 48 yantras. It was like wow. Like, and she said just start making them, and it all happened. And in when I was little I learned how to make the geometry and all, but then some point like when I was little like 8th grade or 10th grade or 12th grade I would start making them and I did not have any luck. It was like I always had so many doubts and questions, but because she was there she guided me through. Actually it was just the power or like blessings from Lord Adinath that I was able to make all 48 yantras. So, Priyanka, are we seeing? Okay, yeah. So, what is a yantra? Yantra is a spiritual healing and harmonious relationship. Like there are different type of yantras. Outside of it is a shlok. Then we have the mantras and riddhi together. So we have Om Rim Arham Namo Sauva Sahunam. It's the Riddhi. And then we have Om Rim Arham Namo Bhagavate Mahati Mavir Vadamanam Buddhiri Siram Ram Rim Rum Rom Ra Asya Sa Jom Jom Swaha. Om Namo Brahmacharine Tara Sahas Silang Rasdharine Namah Swaha. So this one, when I was little, I just saw it. In the beginning, I had hard time. First, I learned the shlo, and then I learned the Riddhi mantra. I had like first like 10 to 12 years, I would not remember the Riddhi or mantra together. but then eventually I memorize it. So even now I don't have to say it, but in my mind, whenever it just comes and it starts automatically reciting. And these are like Shrim in 16 petal, and then Om Rim Lakshmi Prapti Nama. These are 8 petals, and then we have Om in the middle. So this one is 48. It's for the salvation, moksha. It helps fulfill all your wishes. So I thought, why to learn all 48 when one yantra can do everything? And at that time, I was like, okay, it has to work. So if it doesn't again, I will do another 21 days. It's like I don't have nothing to lose. So why not? And I memorize it. So I would just keep doing and doing and doing. And eventually, whatever I wished, it happened so far. And it's still my favorite. But right now, because I learn all 48, I try to do all 48 every day instead of just one. But that was my PhD, that how everything, so it has like Sanskrit words, sacred geometries, like some are petals, some are triangles, some are heptagons, some has the bow, and so there are different symbols. And if we draw it by hand, it says whenever you write by hand, it kind of inscribes in your brain. So instead of chanting, it's more powerful when you write it. So it's all around us, and we have 7 chakras. So when we start chanting or we draw by hand, it still goes around us. It affects our petals, our chakras, our auras, and it creates those vibrations. So things start manifesting by itself. Our chakra, like we have 7 chakras in our body, and when we say something or do something, those petals, they start vibrating. It changes the, like it's our lesha, like we have very good thoughts. It's the white lesha, but some people, they are very angry, very greedy. Their lesha, the auras are different colors. So same as this, like when we chant the shloka, it just creates the positive atmosphere around us. So these are the symbols that I found in, like some of them have temple, moon rays, there is a moon. This is swastik, different petals, sword. Um, so yeah, these are the symbols. There are more than this, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there are like different type, like this one is the first one is like energy patterns, and it's everywhere, like she cells, everything happens, even our fingerprint, that seems like if these symbols, they kind of connect us to the universe. So that uh, Priyan, can you, yeah, so this is more about it, like the highest point of manifestation, the square, circle, there are squares, stars. So in the beginning, like when I did the PhD, I was doubting everything, like why it has different symbols. What does it mean? What happens? And then I did more research about it. Like then we have color therapy, like we have 7 colors. It says the sunlight is the best healing medium whenever you are feeling very low, and if you go out on for even 10 minutes, it gives you cheerful vibration, and it's made of 7 colors. Even our 7 chakra has 7 colors. It starts from the purple, blue, uh, green, yellow, orange, and red. So I was asking because Manju Didi had different colors of the yantras, and even I see different books that in the past they had black and white yantras. So what if we choose a different color? What happens? Like in Bhaktamar book, some of the yantra mantra, it was saying that we have to keep yantra in front of us and do meditation, like the first one in white colors, the second one in black colors, some of them has green colors. So like why, what happens if we choose a different color? So that's why that was more about my research, like okay, then purple is our like sahasrara chakra, that brings all the energy from the universe. If we do 4 o'clock, like there are universal forces, it's very calm and peaceful. And if we do it at 4 o'clock, all the forces from the universe, it comes to us and it enters in our chakras. And if we do the meditation, the vibration, we really can feel it. And then the blue, it's our third eye chakra. It has 2 petals, is for more communication tool. Then the green is our throat chakra. It has 16 petals. So mainly in the medicine and the pharmacy, or in the healing, mainly that using the green color. Then red is more for the grounding our, mainly the colors, that if we do the meditation and we focus on different colors, it helps to bring more powers to those chakras, and we get the manifestation faster. So whenever we do the meditation, we have yantra in front of us. It's like the connection of mind, body, and soul. Like whatever we say is what we see, and it happens. Like all three has a unity, and it brings the power in life faster than just chanting or just by looking. So this is another slide. These are different website that has different sense more in detail. Even Jain library has 6 or 7 Bhaktamar books. And after, I think I have few testimonies. Like when I was doing the research, some of the people I taught how to draw number 6 is for the IQ. So if you go, Priyank, if you go further, there are some testimonies over there. So there are some people who I taught the yantra, and after that I saw what happened. Like one of them I taught shlok number 19, how to draw that yantra, and then how to visualize it. There are so many questions to begin with, but then when they do the meditation, it actually happened. The citizenship, the green card was expired, and she actually made all 48, and specifically number 19 she made the yantra, and it just happened. The green card was approved, and she was able to stay here. So yeah,
This is amazing, Dr. Shah.
Yeah, and then I think maybe bringing in Vidhi and back, I would like to understand a little more about how specifically to help children and youth learn this. What was your experience teaching it to youth? And also, are there any guidelines in terms of if someone wants to learn, when should they do it? When should one not recite the mantra? Open this question to Vidhi, Hina, and then Dr. Reena.
Yeah. So if I talk about youth, first, as a mother, I will start when we are having a baby. So right from the womb, we want to be it healthy. We want it, in the all development phases should be perfect during whole pregnancy. As a mother, that will be our first expectation too, and we feel responsible towards the baby, our baby. So when I was pregnant that time, uh, Sadhviji Maharaj, she advised me to recite Bhaktamar Stotra, and especially Gatha number 22. So she said that it protect our baby. It's good for their spiritual quotient, emotional quotient. So in future, if your kid is growing, and he will be in contact of different kind of people, you can't protect them always as a parents. So if you have given garb sanskar to them right from the womb, then as they are growing, you don't need to worry like what negative people or negative culture or different kind of culture will affect them. They will be in the wrong path. So when I was reciting Bhaktamar Stotra, it was my experience that I was not worried at all about my baby, how spiritual growth, emotional growth, spiritual growth. I was very free, and I was very proud that I recited during my both pregnancy. And I'm not worried about their future, like if they will join any wrong company, what will happen. I'm very much feeling proud that I have given the garb sanskar at the correct time. Now after certain age, we need to just guide them what is wrong and what is right. But when we are giving them those values just before the birth, it's really helpful to during whole parenting journey. And I would like to say that for youth, those who have kids more than 10 years old, they can show them nowadays we have so much advancement in technology. We can through the internet we can show them how to chant, we can connect them with the science, because nowadays kids, they don't just agree with what we say. They need the proof. Okay, what's the science behind this? If we are eating this, what's the science behind this? If we are doing this bhakti, this stotra, what's the benefits, advantages, and how science is backing all these things. So as Dr. Reena Shah, she showed us and explained the sound vibrations frequency of Bhaktamar Stotra, how the arrangements of words and syllabs are there. It's really helpful for the peaceful mind and the overall development of our body. Yeah, this is what I would suggest to young people.
Great, thanks a lot. Dr. Veena, one quick question. So there are 48 stanzas, right? Or 48 shlokas. So what is the difference in them? Are they arranged in a certain manner? Is there like a story behind this?
So first one, it goes. So there are 48 riddhis in there, and there are mantras, and it goes like first is their Mantungacharya first invoked the gods. So it's Bhaktamara Pranatamoli. And then he started praising it and like showing the virtues, how what is like number 6. Like I don't have any intelligence. Even the god Jupiter, the Bruhaspati, is not able to sing your praises. Or even like I am like a child. I don't is very ignorant, and I am like a child catching like a shadow of the moon in the water. It's like he's showing that we he's not able to say anything that is like three worlds god. Like it's the like one by one he's showing like what our Arihant Bhagwan, our god, how what is in him. So first he's making the background. So that's up to 28, and then after 28 it's actually the Tirthankar Bhagwan in the Samvasara. So there are all 8 Pratiharyas, and then eventually after 37 it's like one of them is like all the at that time there were like the snake, elephant, lion, war, another king. So all of them, they're like he was all connected with all the fears, and then eventually the bondage, the fear, it's all removed. So it's one by one. First he's making the background, then he's so the gods from the heaven and everyone, he's saying, okay, I'm praising these Adiraj.
Direction.
Uh, Sorry, there's some disturbance. Let me just.
I muted it.
Okay. Go ahead, Dr. Veena.
So that is, and like how when he was born he had the atoms that no one has. So only he's so attractive, so charming. He doesn't sweat. Whenever he goes around, the gods create a golden lotus um, under the feet. Then the samvatsara, the how what kind of, like, there are all the people, they can stay there in the samvatsara, forget about all their past karmas, like who did this and that. Even the lion and the god, they sit together, listen to the Bhagwan's Vani, and it's like all of these are in the Bhaktamar Stotra.
Dr. Rina, in your presentation, you talked about the power of manifestation and also how we can, do the meditation part as part of everyday life and how it has been helping so many people. Like you showed some testimonials and stuff. Can you talk to us like how much time commitment is it really needed for us to make it a part of our life?
Yeah, and
So
also
this
maybe while you answer that, sorry, just one quick thing to add. So, how much time does it take for someone to learn from scratch? Like, if I don't know anything, how much time does it take for someone to learn, and how should they learn?
So that's a very good question. Like when I was little, I only learned one shlok. So until I was like 2019, I only know one shlok, and that is 48. And it did everything, like whatever I needed. And then when COVID time, I learned so many people, even like 8-year-old kid, he can recite the whole Bhaktamar Stotra. And I was asking Manju, is this true? Can it happen? How do you remember all 48 shlok? But because I know it has powers, what I did, that's why I asked so many questions to her. And she actually, I until now I made the Bhaktamar yantras 9 times, and right now it's like I am saying, is there anything wrong? How, what is wrong? Like even though when we write, sometime in unconsciously there is a mistake in it, and I see because of the sound vibration it has to be perfect. So I did so much revision before, and I think it's something in Lord Adinath that I cannot let it go. Like every day I like to look at it, I like to write it. I cannot just go without it, and because of that it just happened that one day I was just doing the exercise, walking around my house, and I was thinking, oh, okay, let me see. It just came, and I just memorized them. It's just because so first I was thinking, how can someone do it? And then after you are so much into it, and it just happened.
Amazing, amazing. That's very inspiring. Professor Jayesh, would you like to add anything so far?
Professor Jayesh, I know you are at the airport if you can hear us.
You're on mute in case you're speaking. Okay, while he comes on, Hina, if you can share about your learning journey, when were you introduced? When did you start learning? How did you learn? That would be great.
Bhai, thank you. So, first of all, I agree with Dr. Reena. She said, like, there is no age to learn. So, I can share one example with my own kid. So, what I used to do when he was just 1 year old, I played Bhaktamar Stotra while he was sleeping. So, I did for, I think, 2 to 3 years, and it just he's calm and relaxed and sleeping. After 5 years, he said, Mama, I want to learn Bhaktamar Stotra. He saw some of his friend is reading and learning. So I said, okay. Then I helped him, and he learned very quick without reading, just listening. He learned a 13 slok in, I think, 1 or 2 months. So that was really good for me. Still he remembered. So that was one thing. And yes, I agree with Vidhi also. She said said, like we have to do with the technical thing with the kids, like it's Bhaktamar Stotra by full heart with proper words, proper slok, and then without mistake, then you will destroy your all bad karmas, and bad karma will never come to you for that particular time. So that means is always magic will happen, right? Because if when you destroy your karma, that means it's always good thing. And I teach my kids also. So my younger kid is also, he's just 4 year old. He is learning Bhaktamar Stotra as well, the first slok as well. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Yeah, Jayesh bhai, I think you are now unmuted.
Yeah. So as you know, uh, Dr. Reena, what you presented is amazing with the presentation, all that. So as everybody's thinking about this sutra, as Priyank, you did ask a few of the questions. So each thing has its own way of pronouncing it. Each gatha has its own importance. Each gatha has its own story. Each gatha has its own way of reciting it, and it is put it out in such a way that this nine smaran, like no smaran, this is one of the smaran from that, which is created in the Jain Dharma, which is start with the Om Parmeshti, Vajra Panja Stotra, like that. And this is the seventh one, and then the eighth one is Kalyan Mandir, and ninth one is Braj Shanti. So each, like the same thing with the Bhaktamar, if you look at it, as uh, Mantungacharya, when you started with this, basically he had detached himself, first of all, what is going outside the world. He traveled inside his journey. When anybody in life, when you go inside in your journey, you try to detach yourself from outside world, what is happening. So the Bhaktamar itself, when you start with the Bhaktamar, the word itself says a person has to be dedicated what his beliefs are. If you believe in religion, if you believe in something, same thing, you have to give your entire man, vachan, and kaya towards that stotra. When you do that, it automatically opens up all the doors to achieve. So that is what this stotra stands on. Because as we, myself, when we are growing it, the step by step, the education was given to us about Jain Dharma. So it has been told that when you want to learn about this thing, about such sutras, you need to have like a license. It is not open to anybody. You just open the book and you read about it. There's a proper way of licensing in that. Because for the licensing, you need to have the right person to guide you that. Like today's session, we have Dr. Reena to guide us, what she did from the childhood, and few of the people who shared their point. The same thing with this, you have to have licensing to pronounce it, because the Sanskrit has so many multiple messages into that. So if you pronounce it incorrectly, the meaning itself changes. I'll just give you one of the example in the stotra. There is one stanza, the gatha comes in. So somewhere people, sahasra and sahastra, there's one word into it. When you say sahasra and sahastra, its meaning is changed. Sahasra means it becomes a astra, it becomes a weapon. And sahasra becomes more than 1008 attributes. So we have to be very careful when we recite such words. We need to know the meaning behind it. Otherwise, whole meaning will be changed. But I really appreciate your Dr. Reena, the way you presented, and everybody else who joined here. We all had to uh, get into this to understand each stanza, and particular time we recite it. It does open up the doors for inner world. It is not outer world, but inner world, the journey of inner world, what we want to acquire ourselves. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. And before we progress further, I'd just like to point out today is a very auspicious day. As many of you might know, today is the Diksha Kalyanak and Janma Kalyanak of Adinath Bhagwan. So it's great that we got a chance to discuss about Bhaktamar Sutra on this auspicious day. Moving
And
ahead,
Ashtami also.
and Ashtami also. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Uh, so
So
that's
on Ashtami, both Kalyanak happen on the same time of Adinath Bhagwan.
Oh, that's at the same time, you mean?
Same day I'm talking about, same tithi.
Ah, nice, nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
So, next question, Dr. Reena, is there any vidhi or any particular process that we should follow when we recite this, and what time or what activity should we not recite the stotra in?
So, so far, whatever I was learned, I mean, what I was taught, and when I was learning, there is no time. You can say anytime, and after before I was so much concerned when to touch it or when to do it, but it makes it so easier after memorizing it that I don't have to chant it or babble it. It just goes inside, and when you memorize it, you can chant anytime, anywhere, any place, any clothes. So that's the main reason I wanted to memorize it. And the vidhi, that is what written in all the Bhaktamar books. Like first you have to have full faith, and once you have full faith, like you are uh like it's like a samarpano bhav, like you are the Lord Adi responsible for things. And when you have full devotion, I seen it when I was making the Bhaktamar yantra. Some people were getting the result even in 7 days. It says the procedure is for 21 days. You do in the morning 4 to 6 because the atmosphere is calm. You sit at one place, one time, one ashan with one color mala. You choose your yantra, you choose your slok, you choose your riddhi and mantra, and then every day you just count 108 times the mantra, 108 times the riddhi, and 9 times slok. And you do every day at the same time for 21 days, the results are fulfilled. Okay, in front of you is like a tool. I have seen people in my PhD research, they got result within like 7 days or 10 days. You don't have to wait 21 days. Is
Amazing.
that
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's great. Um, so we can potentially recite it anytime, and over a few days, we'll also get to see pretty good results. So I'm also going to project a few. We covered some of these set of questions. So thanks a lot, everyone, for sharing these while you registered. So about the learning and teaching, we covered a few topics. About the reciting, we covered a few topics, and we will also separately send you the answers as an email if we have missed any particular question over here. We'll get our panelists to help us with the answers. On this page, there are some other questions also that people had. So maybe to go through a few, maybe Dr. Reena or Jayesh, Professor Jayesh, if you know about this, earlier there were 52 stanzas, now there are 48. Who deleted them and why are they not available?
I know 48 and 44. 44, there are like 8 pratiharyas. When our Bhagwan, our Arihant Tirthankar, when the Kuber makes a samvasana from Indra's, like Indra tells Kuber to make samvasana, he has 8 pratiharya for our Tirthankar Bhagwan, and they are always there after the Keval Gnan. And Shwetambar, the 4 are not there. So that's why it's 44 there and 48 over there. I have not heard about 52, sorry. I don't know,
And
Jayesh bhai.
yeah. Myself, the same thing here. What I heard is that the 44 is one set of people start practicing it, and 48 is one set of the people start practicing it. 52, I'm kind of hearing first time today, so which is a new for me too.
And between the Shwetambar and Digambar, is the 44 versus 48 the only difference, or are there any other differences?
I think no, between both the traditions, it's only four of them. That's it. So the each traditions has set rule, like So in the Svetambaras, they follow 44 stanzas, and Digambaras they follow 48 stanzas.
Understood, understood. And one from the chat from Sonali. So if we are not able to pronounce due to language barriers, is listening even 50% as helpful?
So, okay, so Bhaktamar Stotra, I also heard that it's available in so many different languages, but everyone, our Guru Bhagwan says we have to do Sanskrit. Even, I mean, we understand the meaning in Hindi or Gujarati, it's fine, but to get the full effect, we have to say in Sanskrit. And in the beginning, we have to have full faith. Like sometimes we don't know, like a moon, we say chana mama, the child will say something else, but we have to have right bow, like we have to have full faith, like this is like sometimes if we have even have image like our mother, we can say mommy or ma, or it's like so many variation, even if it points to the same bow, it has the same effect.
Got it, got it. I know
Because
now.
anything starts from listening only. Like, when a baby listens to it, like, if you look at what initially Vidhi gave the example, when anybody's expecting a baby, there is a Garbha Sanskar. In that Garbha Sanskar, each month it has been taught, it has been kind of programmed the brain of the child, because this is kind of a, when you listen to it, in a way, and as she said about Sanskrit, yeah, because that's a creation by Acharya Bhagwan, and we cannot deviate ourselves from that. So it has own its power. And when you listen to it, it does changes our thought process. Because end of the day, this entire thing is a programming of our brain and entire Manvachana and Kaya. That's what this total stands for.
Understood. That's amazing. So I know now we are in the final stretch, the last 5 minutes. So we have a few housekeeping things. If you would all please, whoever can come on video, we would like to capture one screenshot just as a memory for all of us to know that we had done this first session of YJP education together. And following that, we will do a couple of polls just to know how many of us are interested in continuing with the learning. We had kept this particular session only as an overview because it was not possible to actually learn or even start learning in one session. But at least this brings us all together, and potentially we can, if enough of people are interested, set up following sessions where we will focus on learning, doing shloka by shloka, and setting up a cadence for that. So with that, in the next 5 seconds, I'll just take a quick screenshot and then we will flash some polls. And also, while everyone is coming on video, as I mentioned earlier, this is just the first session. We intend to do a lot more sessions on Jain history, Jain philosophy, other stotras like Uvasagaram, Logas, Naukar Mantra, understanding the meaning behind everything and improving our knowledge together collectively. We also want to do book club kind of sessions where we'll pick up some books, we will read those, and then we'll discuss what are our learnings. So a lot more in the plan. Would love to get your support. And I think right now we are just 50 of us, but I'm sure if we bring 3, 5, 4 people with us, we will be in our hundreds very soon.
No,
That's
the strategical plan, what you're doing at Priyank, I will tell you honestly, Rupali, all of you, it is an amazing thing. It is needed long time ago. I'm talking about when we had a convention in 2005 in Washington, D.C. That time we talked about it. We should start something this. So
yeah.
imagine it took 20 years, but this is really amazing. You just cutting the edge right now and bringing the topic also is like that, and the professors what we have, the people what we have, it's an amazing, that really keen about learning about our religion, which is really needed, and people like all of you, working hard to bring us all together. 100% we will goes in hundreds and eventually it go in thousands too, because entire world the population is 8.55 million. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's the motivation. All right.
Yes,
3,
yeah.
Priyank, let's take a photo. Dr. Rina
yeah,
left.
exactly. Yeah. 3, 2,
Sorry.
1. Okay, I got one screenshot. All right, great.
People are
Okay,
not smiling, guys. You have to smile.
Ashita,
Everybody give a smile at least.
yeah, Ashita, if you can bring up the poll, please. So very simple, two questions. Will you be interested in a bi-weekly or twice a month kind of a cadence for recital series where we'll go slok by slok? And then what topics are you really interested in? Okay, we are getting a bunch of responses, 15, 17, 19. Okay, we'll give it 5 more seconds maybe.
The numbers are going high. Very good. It's like,
Yeah,
election poll, election, voting is going up. Voting is open.
yeah, exactly.
Apurva, thank you so much, Apurva. You too. You're doing a great job.
Thank you,
Amazing,
Jayesh bhai.
Apurva.
Thank you.
All right. So, with that, I would like to thank the panelists, especially Dr. Reena. She had a puja in her sang, but she made time. Professor Jayesh this time at the in the night. Hina Ben and Vidhi, and also last but not the least, Rupali for coordinating, for setting up, bringing us all together. Thanks a lot, and we look. Actually, sorry, one last thing I forgot. Please scan this QR code and join our WhatsApp group so that we can have you at a faster turnaround than reaching out through the current channel. So let me just flash this. So if you can scan this QR code and join the WhatsApp group, this will be only for education focused folks not in the North America. So this is the YJP Education group. Um, and we will be posting further session details and upcoming activities in this group. Yeah, I see some of you have already started requesting to join. So maybe in a few minutes, we will start admitting people. And as I'm repeating myself, that this is just the beginning. This is the first session that we did. We plan to do many more. So we look forward to keeping in touch and learning together.
And I want to say congratulations, Priyank Cheda, for this amazing opportunity and to lead as a director for education. Manan, I'll pass it to you as well.
Yeah, well done, team. Hi, everyone. My name is Manan Mehta. I'm the other co-chair for YJP. And, this education has been one of our high priorities this year. It's a really fantastic initiative. And thank you to all you panelists, Rupali, Vidhi, Dr. Shah, Hina, and Professor Kona. So we appreciate your time.
Yeah, we appreciate your time, everybody. Thank you very much. And thank you to all the participants today. We will see you again next time. Thank you.
Can you please share the recording?
Everyone.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai
Yes,
Jinendra.
do give your feedback also, everyone. Do share your feedback.
Yes, and we'll be sharing the recording of this session shortly after in an email. So be on the lookout for that.
Thank you. Jai Jinendra.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Jai
Jai-
Jinendra. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Jai Jain, everyone.
Jai Jinendra.
Everyone.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra. Team, if you can stay for a couple of minutes, that would be great.
Once again, Vidhi, thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's all because of you I could able to join. Thank you, Vidhi.
Thank you, Jayesh bhai.
I didn't feel that I'm sitting at midnight, so don't worry about it. I'm enjoying it.
No, it's really, we are really grateful because I know you are in the different time.